Greetings, students. Beta class 7, we are going to start chapter 3 of geography, that is our changing earth. In the previous chapter also, we have discussed about our earth and discussed that it keeps on changing. There are various forces that act upon earth's surface, and some of the forces they act in interior of the earth. So what changes happen due to these forces we will discuss in the chapter. So let's start. The lithosphere is broken into a number of plates known as the lithospheric plates. You will be surprised to know that these plates move around very slowly, just a few millimeters each year. This is because now see beta, uh, this is because of the movement of the molten magma inside the earth. The molten magma inside the earth moves in a circular manner as shown in the activity. So activity also we will discuss. Now see, if I keep 2 or 3 plates in a tub, then these plates uh, will keep on moving or will float in the tub. The same happens with our plate, lithospheric plates. These lithospheric plates, these keep on moving on the molten magma continuously, and the movement is so slow that we cannot feel it. And due to this movement, the earth and these plates, lithospheric plates, these changes their places. Okay, so what is the activity? See, one activity is given here, that we are to take one beaker and place it on a tripod and then heat it up, and it is filled with water, and we are to keep one paper ballot in it. And when we just pour it or just try to keep it in the water, because the water is boiling, then it keeps coming out of the water, and when the water cools down, it starts going down. So the same happens with this molten magma inside our earth, that keeps moving in the same way. When it is hot and very high pressure, then it starts coming out of the earth surface through volcanoes, and at the time it is cool, and it stays inside the earth. Now see, the movement of these plates causes changes on the surface of the earth. The earth movements are divided on the basis of the forces which cause them. The forces which act in the interior of the earth are called as endogenic forces. Endo means inside, genic means origin, or the place of their origin or starting or beginning point. So the forces that originates in the interior of the earth are called endogenic forces, and the forces that work on the surface of the earth are called exogenic forces. Exo means outside. Now, endogenic forces sometimes produce sudden movements, and at the other times produce slow movements. So endogenic forces here, see, we have earthquake, volcano, landslides. So these type of forces cause a great destruction on the earth's surface. So sudden movements like earthquakes and volcanoes cause mass destruction over the surface of the earth. Now see, it is also given here. So the lithospheric plates, the earth's crust, consist of several large and small rigid, irregularly shaped plates or slabs which carry continents and the ocean floor. So this we have discussed earlier also. So see here, word origin. Endo, inside. Genic, origin, means the forces which originates in the inside or in the interior of the earth are called endogenic forces. Other exo means outside, the forces which work outside the earth or earth surface or work on the earth surface are called exogenic forces. Next, a volcano is a vent in the earth's crust through which molten material erupts suddenly. So what is a volcano? It's a vent and opening on in the earth crust through which molten magma or molten material comes out of on the earth surface. Hanji, this is volcano. Hanji beta, I think up to here this is clear or not? Hanji. So we have discussed up to here lithospheric plates, then we have discussed about endogenic forces, then exogenic forces, then after these earthquake, volcano, that these are the endogenic forces and cause mass destruction on the earth surface. Then volcano. Now see some other parts. Next, let's move further. Similarly, when the lithospheric plates move, the surface of the earth vibrates. The vibrations can travel all around the earth. These vibrations are called earthquakes. So one more example is given. It's an activity. See this activity. Take a container, fill it with water and close it with a lid. Put the water to boil. Now put some peas, spoon and beads on top on the lid. What do you notice? As the water boils, the lid begins to shake. The things which you have put on the lid also vibrate. The beads roll down and spoon vibrates to make a sound. In the same manner, the earth vibrates when an earthquake occurs. So it's a really very nice activity. If we keep a pan on gas and at the time when the water starts boiling, then uh, the plate or the lid of the utensil that starts vibrating, and with this happens in the case of earthquake also. When there is earthquake, when there is some kind of movement or some of the forces that act in the interior of the earth, then these lithospheric places starts moving, starts vibrating, and these vibrations are felt on the earth surface. Hanji. And you can ask this from your mother also, because she does work in kitchen. She can tell you better that how it works. Okay. Hanji beta. When there is some movement in the lithospheric plates, then there is vibrations on the earth surface, and these vibrations can travel from one part of the earth to another, and these vibrations are called earthquakes. The place in the crust where the movement starts is called focus. You understand it? In the interior of the earth, from where these vibrations starts, that point is called focus. The place on the surface above the focus is called the epicenter, means the place on the earth surface from the epicenter, and this is called epicenter. From the focus just above the focus, that is called epicenter. Vibrations travel outwards from the epicenter as waves. Greatest damage is usually closest to the epicenter, and the strength of the earthquake decreases away from the center. This is also I think clear to you. The places near to the center or the epicenter, there is more damage, and as we move far, then there is very less damage. This is all for today, and rest part of the chapter we will discuss tomorrow. And if you have any query, any question regarding the uh, chapter or the part which we have discussed today, you people can ask me tomorrow in the class. Yes, I think you people are able to understand it and find some of the extra questions like what is volcano, what are endogenic forces, what are exogenic forces, what is earthquake. So this type of questions you people can form and find out questions from the uh, chapter like epicenter, then focus. So all these questions. Have a great day.